Man, we watched a lot of movies in prison. They used to try to keep us entertained as much as possible in the camp that I was at. With a high average time per inmate, they didn't want everybody in there who was essentially a heavy hitter always going to war. So they would always feed us something good on the television. For the most part, it was bangers, but there's a lot of duds in there as well. For one, they gave you the opportunity to have cable inside of your cell, which I couldn't believe it. When I got there, they said, yeah, man, you get your own TV. If your bunk buddy's got one, you throw a splitter on it, and you both have your own TV in your cell. We had like a lot of the basic channels like Discovery, Fox, CBS, NBC, ABC, all the network stuff, but then they'd have things like Flicks. We ended up even having Showtime at one point, which was, to me, just absolutely insane because I didn't even have Showtime when I was on the street. But that's how much they wanted to keep people pacified with these creature comforts. So for the most part, it worked. It kept a lot of the real heavyweights from just continuing to always fight, beef, gang, and war with each other nonstop. But one of the coolest ways that we would get to see the newest movies, the guards, they would take it upon themselves. There was, we called it the jail channel. They would go down to the gym, and that's where they had a DVD player that accessed the channels like channel 2 or 3 or something on your TV set. And you go to it on the weekends, and they would bring in different movies that had just come out. I remember watching, it was like Constantine when it first came out. They brought it in on DVD, and it was great to see. I was like, man, this is cool. I'm actually catching some things that I thought I'd probably never get a chance to watch. But they would bring certain things. I remember The Illusionist, The Prestige, things like really good movies. You know, in my opinion, if you don't like them, tell me why in the comments. But I enjoyed them. I thought they were all right. And the cool part about it is they wouldn't just play it once and it would be over, but they would put it on a loop. So you got this movie running all weekend long. It's usually Friday night after chow, and they take it off sometimes Sunday night. Now, it wasn't required by anybody, but there was guards that just took it upon themselves. Like I said, they looked out in that way. They're like, man, let's throw them a bone here and there. So that was cool. Everybody always respected the gym officer who'd bring something in. You know, they didn't get a whole bunch of static thrown their way because they're bringing in the movies. Sometimes it would be a different guard on shift, and they bring in some terrible, terrible film. Just the worst, like Ed Wood kind of a movie. You know, terrible, terrible, like delisting things. And man, it's straight garbage, so you turn it off. But we got to see a lot of good films that just dropped, and I know a lot of people are going to be like, man, that's messed up. I didn't get to go do all that when I was free. And it's like, yeah, I feel you, dog. But, hey, this is what they did to kind of keep the calm in the atmosphere. People are in their cell watching a movie. They're pacified. They're busy. And another way that they will bring in movies, this was just as cool, if not cooler. The Librarian, he had a channel as well. It's the Library channel. Sometimes it'd be educational stuff that they put on there, informative things. But the Librarian, he was super cool. I mean, this guy was great. I ended up working for him for a little while. He would come in and he would start bringing The Sopranos. So dude would bring in and put like a DVD of like 3 episodes at a time, because that's how it was in mid-2000s. They would put, it was like 3 episodes and it would just loop through. So we get to watch 3 episodes at a time. And as long as people didn't bother him, this man would bring them in steady. We ended up watching the whole Sopranos series, I think up until a particular season that wasn't out yet, or he didn't have it, but we watched them all. And it was great. So, I mean, those little acts of kindness that they would do don't seem like much, but people really, you know, gave them a lot of respect for that. So they didn't catch a lot of flack, and it was nice to watch The Sopranos in jail. We'd all come out from chow, be like, man, did you see that episode? Because a lot of it was new to us. So we had something to talk about, something to relax to, and a good source of entertainment.